Where were you when you shot Christy?
Wish he hit.
I don't know, you tell me. You shot at her.
This woman you see is Amanda Beth Butler. Just hours before this interview, Amanda tried to kill her own wife, Christy, and what she is completely unaware of right now is that despite shooting her, Christy is still alive.
She's gonna survive. It's not life-threatening injury.
And she will tell the detectives everything, revealing that the concerned wife Amanda pretends to be
I am in fear for my life.
is not the wife she actually is, because hidden beneath the tears and lies is an evil, vile woman.
Amanda, listen to me. You're not being honest with me.
We have the evidence, we have the facts, we have her side of the story.
But you shot her tonight. She didn't shoot you. You shot her.
In the early morning hours of September 2nd, 2019, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responded to an unusual call. A woman, panicked, told them that her neighbor had stumbled over to her home, bleeding from a wound in her hip, and telling her hysterically that her wife had just shot her. The victim, Christy, was rushed to a hospital. Meanwhile, her wife, Amanda Beth Butler, was taken into police custody for questioning, because after speaking with Christy, it was clear to detectives that Amanda was set on killing her that night. What she wasn't prepared for was Christy surviving to tell the tale, and it's a tale much, much worse than anyone could expect.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, I'm Detective Barnhart, like I said a minute ago. Okay, this is Sergeant Goldfine. Alright, we just want to kind of go over everything and explain to you what's going on, what happened tonight, let you tell us about what you know, okay? Before we get going, ask you any questions.
One side of the story matters.
Well, we're going to try to get it anyway. I mean,
Well,
we want to hear what you have to say. Before we do that, though, I just want to make sure I have the correct information for you. I have Amanda Beth Butler, 7585. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
you? Is that you? Okay. And 7585 is your correct date of birth?
yes, sir.
Okay. Listen, before we go too far into things, we'll start talking and asking questions, okay? I want to go over your constitutional rights with you. That's something we have to do with everyone, whether they're under arrest or not. When we bring somebody in and interview them about an incident that occurred, we go over the rights, okay?
I understand.
Okay. Another thing I do with everybody is just to confirm that you do read and write, okay? Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol right now?
I had a Bloody Mary about 4 hours ago, but I was sweating that out when I was...
Okay. Do you feel like it's anything that should affect your ability to talk or communicate or?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm just tired as heck
I
from
understand.
Hurricane Prep. I'm sorry.
I understand that.
Detectives read Amanda her rights following this, which she's no stranger to, just like she's no stranger to a Bloody Mary. In 2013, she was arrested and charged with driving under the influence, and while that crime is a problem in and of itself, the story that she's about to unravel poses questions about how and when her behavior began to escalate. Because as you're about to see, what happened between her and her wife couldn't have been a one-time thing. And it poses the question, just how long had Amanda's wife been living in terror of being killed?
Tell us what happened tonight. How did we get to where we are now? It's obviously been a long night, so just kind of in your own words, run me through everything that's happened. How we got to this point.
Would be great if I could lay down for a couple hours before we go here, but
Well, we can't do that. We're here now, okay?
no, it started at 5 a.m.
It started at 5 a.m.? Okay.
Yes,
So,
literally.
so like 24 hours ago, 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the whole premise for the day was we got to do Hurricane Prep, obviously, and I asked her everything that I needed to do, and she,
You say she, who are you referring to?
Christy,
Okay.
she just kept saying, well, I'm sick, and I've been the Floridian, and you're Mississippi native, and the eye had turned, I gotta take a nap, blah, 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 and
So,
then she
okay,
just
so you felt like
started screaming.
she was basically minimizing the whole hurricane situation that upset you? Like she wasn't taking it serious?
I mean, she was blowing it out of proportion a few days ago, and I'm from Mississippi, so I don't know hurricanes, so I was just following up with what her mom said that we needed to do, and she kept rolling over and going back to sleep until about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then popped up panicking about things that were not done, and I was doing the best that I could do, and this has been the worst mistake of my life. I mean,
what's that?
This relationship. I've always been an academic, a hard worker, and there's a lot of differences. I mean,
I understand, but talk about how do we get to where police and ambulances got called out tonight? What led up to that? How did we get there?
She said she woke up about 4 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she lays in bed all day.
Okay. So that upsets you? I mean, is that kind of was that kind of the cause of an issue? Or?
I've been in cybersecurity for about 5 years now. Unfortunately, I was laid off about 3 months ago, but I just accepted a new position this morning that after this, I'm sure I won't get.
Well, why do you say that? That's what we're asking.
I worked 17, 18-hour days in my field. And it's hard for me to have to pay all of the bills and then come home and do everything at the house and take care of the dogs. And
alright, so did you guys have an argument then when she woke up at 4 p.m.? How were you towards her when she woke up?
We're at the point where we don't speak. I can't say, how was your day?
Has this been an ongoing thing?
Yes, it's been going on for months, and I asked for a divorce in February, and she.
But something happened today between you. Y'all spoke at some point. I mean, you had to speak because something happened. Okay, a lot happened.
We did. She finally. I mean, her mom called and. Yesterday, she said, we need to get up, and if the eye didn't turn by 5, 6 this morning, we needed to get the girls in and board up and get out. And I kept addressing her, and she just kept saying, I'm sick, I don't feel good, I've got this rash all over my body, and kept trying to say that my job or lack thereof at the moment, that was all my fault, so I didn't really have a right to speak.
Okay, so y'all were having an argument.
Sadly, this whole relationship's been an argument.
An argument that Amanda fully believes police will only hear one side of, because at this point, she doesn't know whether her wife is alive or dead. And oddly, she doesn't seem all that concerned by it, does she?
But how do we get to a point, though, where you're all cut up and she's shot? I want to talk about that, okay? Something happened before. Y'all were...
I think police got called about 11 p.m. So between 4 and 11, that's about, 6, 7 hours. We're trying to figure out what happened between the time she got up and the time police arrived.
Yeah, I worked my tail off.
So you were getting things ready.
Why I look like this. Not all of this is her. Some of this is moving stuff around and dragging girls across the yard. And
so with the altercation with her, about what time do you think that started? The actual physical part of it.
The heavy argument really started with, I don't know, probably 7:30 when she started grilling in on, you're a deadbeat, you're blah, 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 and I've been the one making 150 plus K a year and paying all of the bills, and she wants a maid, I get her a maid. She wants a yard guy, but yeah, I mean, she started arguing over the garbage disposal breaking, and
Right, we know y'all had an argument. What happened? When did the argument escalate? Like, it escalated at some point. Alright, obviously. You can look at you, and you can look at her, and it's obvious that it got way beyond an argument. So that's what we're trying to get you to talk about. What happened, how that happened. And what happened.
she got in my face when I was trying to unload the dishwasher, and then she went into the bedroom, and I just said, you know, if you're gonna argue all night, then go into the other bedroom. And I mean, we had all of our, I'm sure you saw, our lighters and knives and candles and everything, like, categorized on the counter, and she said, no, we're not doing this, we're not gonna keep talking. And I said, you've been saying that for 1.5 years, and I've been trying to get out of this for 1.5 years. And I don't know how to explain it. When
Okay.
you get into a fight,
Well,
it's
Amanda,
almost
did you mention on scene?
blur.
Did you mention to any police officers or any of the rescue people on scene that you shot Christy out of self-defense? Did you say that to anybody tonight?
I told Christy, so after the alteration started, I said 3 times very clearly through my door, I am in fear for my life. I am in fear for my life. I am in fear for my life.
And you said that to Christy?
Yes.
Through which door? The front door, your bedroom door? What door?
The bedroom door.
Okay. Why were you saying that to her? Why were you in fear of your life? What was she doing?
Because she screams like a banshee and won't sit down and just speak on a civil basis.
Okay.
If I had to listen to my partner dodge the question like a politician, I'd probably be screaming like a banshee and getting into alterations too. It's notable that 20 minutes into the interrogation, Amanda has not once asked if her wife is alright, because after shooting her twice, she really expects her to be dead.
So then what happened?
Well, she had already shoved me a couple of times in the kitchen, and that's when I said, all right, separate bedrooms, period, for the night. We've got to just ride the storm out, and please sign these papers from February when we're through this mess. And
okay.
Yeah, so no, she I shouldn't have touched her, but she did a doozy on me.
Okay. When did you pull a gun out tonight? Did you hold a gun? Did you use a gun at all tonight?
I pulled a gun and told her to get the hell out of my house.
Okay. At what point did you do that in the argument? Before or after she went to separate bedrooms?
I mean, after she kind of went nuts here.
Okay. Which gun did you pull
out? The Glock.
Okay. Black Glock? Okay. Did you ever point it at her? Did you just show it to her? I mean, what happened with the gun?
I had it in the small of my bag.
Okay.
Because she was still going on and on and on about filling garbage cans of water and not helping with anything, and started
So
slicing and dicing, and
okay.
I mean, I went to a different bedroom and then she just kept pounding and coming in, and she's not the type of person that you can just civilly talk to. I mean, she's either level-headed or through the roof.
So did you shoot her? Did you feel like you needed to shoot her out of self-defense? I mean,
I think she would have killed me.
Okay, but what I'm getting at is, that's fine. I'm trying to figure out, she got shot. How did she get shot? I mean, I think you mentioned to somebody on scene, patrol officer, somebody, that you shot her out of self-defense. Was that correct, or did you never say that? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't. Again, I mean, that's a big adrenaline rush.
I understand. But she got shot with a bullet. I mean, a bullet shot her. I'm trying to figure out if it was just the two of you at the home, right? There was no one else?
It was just us.
Okay, so...
And I had to save my life.
Okay. So did you shoot her? Did you shoot Christy?
If she was hit, then that was bad aim on my part. I would never have hit anyone intentionally. It would have been a warning shot.
Okay, so you saying you shot at her, but you didn't mean to hit her. I'm trying to understand, okay? It's not a trick question. I'm trying to understand what happened.
I never would intentionally hit anyone.
Amanda, listen to, I wasn't there, okay? So the questions I'm asking you is because I want to understand what happened. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened unless I ask you, okay? I've talked to Christy, so that's why I'm talking to you now. Because you two are the only two there. So I can only go by what you tell me and what she tells me. And I'm just trying to see if it matches up or not. That's it, okay?
Yeah, and she...
Where did you shoot at her at? You said she was pounding on the doors and everything inside the house. So where did you actually shoot at her? Was it inside one of the bedrooms? Was it inside the living room? I mean, where did you shoot at her? You said you shot a warning shot maybe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, where?
I opened the front door, and
okay. That's
why I told you guys when you were out looking for my drop, because it wasn't a revolver. So.
Okay. If she was, why would you open the front door to shoot the warning shot?
To try to get her out of the house that I've been paying for 2 years, that she hasn't contributed a dime on, and I just get yelled at every day.
Okay, but if you went outside the front door to try to get her out of the house and to fire a warning shot, then you could have left, right? Because you already said you went out the front door, you opened the front door, so you could have just left? I mean, if you felt like your life... It doesn't
work that way.
Well, I'm saying if you felt like your life, you were in fear for your life. You said you went outside the door, you had a gun on you. So, did she have a gun on her?
She has 2 of my guns.
Okay, where was the gun on her? You said yours was in the small of your back. Where was her gun?
She has an ankle holster for my Beretta Tomcat that I gave to her, and then she has my American Arms Raven.
Okay, did she have a gun tonight?
She always has a gun on her.
Which gun did she have on her tonight?
I mean, I'm assuming it would have been the Beretta, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I was trying to prep for the storm, and...
Okay.
The reality of what happened behind the scenes is worse than you're imagining. According to Christy, in the midst of an argument, Amanda raced out of their bedroom and returned with a gun, threatening to kill Christy. Terrified, Christy managed to flee, racing to a neighbor's home where she was shot at twice as she ran for her life. And that's not even touching on what Amanda tried to do to Christy behind closed doors. Something that Amanda has failed to mention so far, because it makes it undeniable that she was the aggressor all along.
But I don't understand why you can't protect yourself in your house, and if you've been...
Was she threatening you with the gun?
Well, that was with the pizza knife. And I hope you guys found that, because...
Okay, what about the pizza knife?
Well, that's what's...
So you're saying Christy cut you up like that?
Yeah, well...
Was that before...
Part of this is a bush, and
Okay.
the girl, but no, I mean, the stab wounds, it
Was that
honestly needs stitches.
Was that before or after you fired the warning shot?
No,
outside?
this was before.
She cut you up before?
Yeah, and I needed to get her out.
Okay. So why didn't you fire a warning shot or shoot at her then when she was cutting you up? You said you had a gun on you already. So why didn't you use the gun to stop her from cutting you if you had the gun on you already?
Because that's a last resort.
Well, I understand that, but if she's
And
cutting you up... You said you fired a warning shot because she was yelling and screaming. Obviously, cutting you is more severe than yelling and screaming, so that would have been the time to probably...
Well,
I mean...
she's yelled and screamed for months,
Okay.
so I took physically what I could, but I made a vow to protect and
Okay.
honor and...
Amanda, listen to me, okay? You're not being honest with me. Okay. I think there might be some truth in what you're saying, but you're trying to give me a different version of the story than I already know happened, okay, Amanda? You gotta be straight with me, okay? You're a smart person. I can tell that. I saw the degrees in your house. I saw your MBA, and I saw your other master's degree. You're smart, okay? So you know that what you're saying doesn't add up.
I don't have anything to hide.
Well, I understand that, but you said you opened the front door to fire a warning shot, okay? There was a casing in your driveway, not outside the
Yes.
front door, okay? And then there's another casing. Explain to me how a bullet hole got in your neighbor's front door.
Because we ended up running across the driveway almost over into the neighbor's yard.
Okay, but if you're running outside the house, then you could have run away from her. So did you shoot at her outside? I mean, how are you shooting into the neighbor's house if you're running down the street, like they're running away? You would have had to shoot at her while she's running towards the neighbor's door. I mean, the bullet went all the way through their front door. Did you ever shoot at her? I mean, was she shooting at you? You gotta help me understand what happened. I'm asking these questions because I don't know.
Yes.
If she's over here and you're way over here, why are you shooting at her? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Because she's threatening my life, my safety, my family.
Can I ask, how many phones do you guys have in the house, do you think, overall, between you and her?
3.
3.
Christy's over here at your neighbor's house. You're over here at your house. Why did you shoot at her if she's all the way over there? Why did you shoot at her? And how did a bullet get through the neighbor's front door?
Through the front door, honestly, I have no damn clue.
Okay. Did you shoot a gun at Christy?
Yes.
Okay. How many times did you shoot the gun?
I fired a warning shot.
Okay.
And I fired a second shot.
Warning shots are fired in the sky or the ground or anywhere where they can't hurt someone. Amanda's alleged warning shot ricocheted through the neighbor's home that her wife was fleeing into, bursting through the living space with such force that it exploded out of the back door of the home. After firing the second shot that struck Christy in the hip, Amanda realized that Christy had managed to get the neighbor's attention, so she fled. That's when Christy, breathless and terrified, urged her neighbor to call 911.
When you say you fired a warning shot, what does that mean? Like you fired up into the air, you fired out down at her feet? Like what do you mean?
No, like up in the air.
Okay.
Like
where was that? Like,
just
when you shot that
go
one? Where
away.
were you?
I mean, that was the casing that you guys should have found.
In the
It should have
driveway?
been the left of the
Okay.
driveway.
Was that the first one that you fired?
Yes.
Okay, so if you fired a warning shot, like go away in your driveway, and then she did go away, she's over here, so then why did you shoot at her again? It's the second shot. Why did you shoot again, the second shot?
Because she never goes away, sir.
Oh, you just said she was standing over here at the neighbor's house, though.
Yeah, she was standing over there at the neighbor's house, but she doesn't back down until you hunker down into a hole and say that you've committed 100,000 sins and you're
Well,
all wrong.
Amanda, why did she run to several neighbors' houses asking for help?
Because I'm hoping she understood after the second shot that I was serious, and then I went back.
Make her know that you were serious? To let her know that you were serious?
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Amanda.
been,
Amanda, look at me. Did you cut yourself? Are any of those from yourself doing that? With the pizza knife, did you get really upset maybe that you did something really bad that you shouldn't have done? You were super upset and maybe you freaked out a little bit?
no, but I ran into Hornet's Nest girls' offense.
You did what? Say that again?
Hornet's Nest fence grills. I'm moving
Amanda.
and patching all of these windows and stuff.
Amanda. You're smart, okay? I'm pretty smart too. I like to think I am anyway. And we both know when there's a lie being told. You're telling me a lie right now. Some of the stuff you're telling is a lie, okay? Be honest with me. Did you cut yourself with that pizza knife? Because you were scared and you were freaking out after you shot Christy.
I'm unemployed and I can't afford plastic surgery, so no.
Okay, so all those cuts came from Christy.
No, all of these cuts did not come from Christy.
Okay, but some of them came from Christy is what you're saying.
Some of them, and the bruising, I didn't do that. No, I mean, no.
Okay. But you didn't shoot Christy when you were in the house and she was cutting you. You waited till she got outside down at a neighbor's house to shoot her. Can you explain why? Is she still a threat to you if you're at your house and she's down at the neighbor's house running away from you? Is she a threat to you then?
I wouldn't say she was running away.
Well, if she's here and you're here, why shoot at her?
My dogs.
What do your dogs have anything to do with it?
Because I don't want to kill one of my animals if I do some kind of shot to the ground or to the ceiling. Then
Well, what about the shot through the neighbor's front door? You know your neighbor had 2 young kids in the house sleeping when that shot went through their front door.
No, I did not know.
Well, they did. Did you shoot at Christy while she was in front of their house?
With the adrenaline, it's possible, yes.
Okay. But when you were standing at your house and she was standing in front of the neighbor's house, did you see her holding a gun when you shot at her?
No,
Okay. Did she threaten you with a gun
in the house,
in the house?
but not outside of the house.
So she threatened you with a gun in the house, but she used a pizza knife to cut you up?
She threatened me with a gun in the master bedroom in the
Okay.
back of the house. And then I keep the Glock under my pillow.
Okay.
I put it in the small of my back and headed towards the kitchen.
Did you ever threaten to kill Christy tonight? Did you ever tell her you were going to kill her tonight?
No,
Okay, well, I'm asking the questions because I don't know.
that's the 10 Commandments, and sorry, I don't want to throw religion around, but I do try to follow those.
Alright, Amanda, here's the part I'm struggling with, okay? Help me. You're a smart person, you're educated, okay? Help me understand why you shot at her when you said you're in your house, there's 12 foot of grass, she's at the neighbor's house. You didn't see her holding a gun. She hadn't threatened you with a gun. You said she did that in the house, but now she's outside the house at least 12 feet away. By your own words, okay? Maybe more. maybe a little less, but you said there's about 12 feet in between the houses, and you shot at her. What was in the background? What was behind her when you shot? When you shot at her, what was behind her?
All that I saw was her.
Okay, well, thinking back now, what would have, knowing your neighborhood and the street you live on, what would have been behind her when you shot at her?
I just remember her saying she's gonna run my new job and that her uncle has people in high places that can get rid of her problems, and I would never be able to separate myself from her family or her, and that she would hurt me.
Is that why you felt threatened by her? Because of those things?
When you're verbally abused for a couple of years and pushed around and banged up.
I understand that, but Amanda, listen. Okay, you had a gun on you. You said you had a gun on you. You had the ability to open the door and fire a warning shot, you said. And then you had the ability to stand in your driveway and shoot at Christy while she's over here in front of the neighbor's house, okay? So didn't you have the ability at any point to leave or to call 911 maybe? Or you run down the street to a neighbor's house and ask for help like she did?
It's hurricane season. Everybody's evacuating.
At this point, it's clear that Amanda is starting to run out of excuses for firing not once, but twice at innocent people instead of calling police. What she doesn't know is that the police have been told by Christy what happened in the bathroom of the home just before she fled for her life. When Amanda returned to their bedroom with a gun, she ordered Christy to get into the bathtub, where she was, presumably, going to take her life. Realizing that that was obviously not a good idea, Christy pushed past Amanda and ran for help, saving her life. Which doesn't exactly make it sound like self-defense, does it?
Where were you when you shot Christy?
Wish he hit.
Well, we wouldn't be here, would we? We might not be going through all this if she hadn't been. I don't know, you tell me. You shot at her. You don't know if you hit her or not?
If I wanted to hit her, she would be in ICU.
Do you feel like you needed to shoot Christy? Do you feel like that you were justified in shooting Christy? Do you feel like that you should have fired that second shot when
Yes.
she was over here? You do feel that way? Even though you didn't see her with a gun and she was leaving your house, getting away from you?
I wouldn't call it exactly leaving. I've been trying to do that, like I said, for months.
Well, how did she get over here to the neighbor's house? She left. She left your house. You said you were standing in the driveway, right?
I had to get her out.
You fired a warning shot. You wanted to get her out. You got her out. She left. She went to the neighbors. She went to different neighbors. She went to the neighbors right next to you, and then she went further down. She was leaving. She listened to your warning shot, and she was going. So why did you shoot her?
When we left the front door of my house and I fired a warning shot, and I'm assuming that the shell casing probably ejected to the right 3-4 feet. She was still arguing and antagonizing, and I'm gonna have my cousin Billy in California deal with you, and my mama come get alimony, and
Okay.
she's still going on and on and on. And that's when I again said, I'm in fear for my life 3 times.
do you still think, or in your mind, Amanda, is it self-defense for you to shoot someone who's not armed, who's moving away from you? Do you call that self-defense? Do you believe that's self-defense? When you have the gun, she doesn't. She doesn't have a gun. You said she didn't have anything. Can we agree? Do you agree with me if I say that is not self-defense? Do you agree with that statement? Do you believe that it was self-defense?
I know how to answer the question, but I also know that I've been sleep deprived for a couple of days, and I don't know how I need to answer it.
You don't know how you need to answer it?
Yeah.
You're standing in your driveway. She's over here at the neighbor's trying to get help, and you shot her. Is that self-defense?
Where was she hit?
She's fine. She's gonna survive. It's not life-threatening injury.
Well,
but you did hit her.
obviously.
You hit her.
Where was she hit?
She had a graze to the hip. But beyond that, when you shot her,
Then that
Amanda,
not.
that bullet you fired went into the neighbor's house.
No, I get that. I'm just saying if
You're responsible for that bullet, though, when you fire it in the front yard of a neighborhood like that.
The problem with that statement is that Amanda refuses to be responsible for anything. She spent the entire interrogation painting Christy as an out-of-control liar who attacked her first. In reality, the wounds over Amanda's arms that she's claiming were a result of Christy attacking her are a result of something else entirely.
Is that safe to say that things got out of hand?
for both of us.
Right.
I mean, am
Do you think
I supposed to talk to an attorney or?
we read your rights, man. I mean, you can talk as much as you want to talk. We're just trying to get the truth. We have the evidence, we have the facts, we have her side of the story. We're trying to get your side of the story.
Well, yeah, and she's.
So far, her side of the story is matching up with all of the evidence that we have.
She's gonna.
Ma'am, it's matching up with all the evidence. She's not saying, she's just telling us the truth that's matching up with the evidence, which you're telling us is not matching up with the evidence, and that's where we're having an issue. So your decisions, your statements, and stuff that you're making today has great influence on the things that are going to happen next. So that's why we're trying to get to the bottom of what we have. We have a good idea of what happened. We just want to hear it from you. I just don't believe that you're telling us the whole story. Some of it, as Secretary Barnhart's saying, some of it.
I would feel safer staying in here than going back out there.
What do you mean?
Yeah, explain that.
What do you
to
mean
us.
by that?
Her family connections and threats that she's made.
Okay, but Amanda, you could leave.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because Monster-in-Law just shows up at the frickin' back door and...
But you shot her tonight. She didn't shoot you. You shot her.
No, I'm talking about literally, like, the parents showing up saying, oh, well, she deserves better and shouldn't have to have a job and...
Well, none of that's threatening.
Yeah, when her uncles and etc.
You can get an injunction.
Yeah.
You can do all these things.
She won't sign.
She doesn't have to. If you feel threatened, you can take actions legally There's a you're, again, we know you're smart. Okay.
I mean, and then, yeah, I'm a dumbass with this. I was engaged several times and picked
you
a
know
bad
enough.
seed, and now she's a gold digger.
Amanda, but none of that is justification to shoot her. Okay? The things you just said about her parents think she deserves better, she's a gold digger, she was
No, I'm
ranting and
not
raving.
saying that, but I mean, she thinks that she needs to bribe the government, and
Now, Christy was working throughout the course of the couple's marriage, and though Amanda wants police to believe she was working for the mafia or a big crime family, she wasn't. She was working as a high school band teacher. Apparently, a high school band teacher who liked to attack people with the most deadly weapon of all, a pizza cutter.
Can I see your hands real quick? Can you show me your hands? Okay, just show me. I just want to see your hands. Yeah, just show me your hands like this. Just point them at me. Turn them around. Okay.
just got calluses.
If I was coming at you with a knife, wouldn't you try and stop the knife? I'm just curious.
With my forearms.
You wouldn't use your hands to try and stop it? The reason I'm asking is
Well,
you...
No, that would. I play the piano and the guitar. That would be.
Okay.
And IT. I've got to.
Okay. I've been...
It's an instinct.
I've been a police officer almost 13 years. And over 12 and a half years. And I've seen stabbing. Okay, let me finish. I've seen stabbing.
Yeah.
I've also seen plenty of people that are cutters that do superficial wounds that are not stabbing. And in my observation, those aren't stab wounds. Someone is not trying to stab you. Those are someone who's tried to slash, like superficial wounds that are trying to make it look like someone stabbed. I've seen stabbing. That doesn't look like stabbing. And again, so back to that. Did you cut yourself?
Officer, I did not cut myself, and if you look
You don't need to show me.
the wounds under there,
So
and look at the angles.
We see them.
you said it happened in bed, in the bedroom though, so was she just laying in bed holding the pizza cutter? You keep pizza cutters in the bedroom? How'd the pizza cutter come into it?
That was on the kitchen counter. I mean, we had this whole little.
Would she get up and go get it and then come back and start stabbing you? You said she was in the bed, in the bedroom.
Yeah.
When the stabbing happened.
She was in the bedroom.
So she walked out of the kitchen, got it, came back, and then started stabbing you? Well, how did she get the pizza cutter to start stabbing you then?
I mean, heck if I know. I mean, I told you we were in the back bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just said, just get out.
Well, that's
Please,
why I'm asking.
just go to the front.
People don't normally keep
and
pizza
give me
cutters
some
in their
space.
bedrooms. So that's why I'm asking. How did she have a pizza cutter already to start stabbing you in the bed with and cutting you?
I don't know why she had
Okay.
a knife in there, but she always has a knife by the bed when she sleeps.
Okay, like the pizza cutter or a knife?
I mean, I have a Gerber.
I know. I'm just trying to get in my head why she would have used a pizza.
She doesn't like
A
sleep
pizza
alone.
cutter seems like a really bad instrument to try and cut you. I don't understand.
It's just, I'm assuming she grabbed. I have like this. It's like a bouquet of knives, essentially, by the microwave, and I'm assuming she just grabbed something and said, "I'm gonna be in here alone tonight," and I don't.
Alright, Amanda, listen. Is there anything else that you want to tell me that's going to help support your side or your cause in this? Because here's what you're up against right now, okay? All the evidence, bullet casings, everything matches up to Christy's side of the story. And there's not really a whole lot that matches up to your side of the story, okay? So you're going to be charged tonight. Okay? So that's your wife, so you guys in a domestic partnership. So it's aggravated battery, it's a domestic, it's a domestic aggravated battery. And then you're gonna have multiple counts of shooting into an occupied dwelling too. There was an entire family in that house that bullet went through the front door of. That bullet went through the front door, skipped off their floor, through a couch, through the back wall, all the way through the house.
Why?
Is there anything you don't understand about that?
Why can't someone have a few hours to process all of this before you're drug in?
Amanda, this happened at 11 o'clock or something like that, roughly. It's almost
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning.
And I watched my
What do you,
in-laws that
what do you,
want alimony go through my house that I wasn't allowed to go back into, taking...
Amanda, what do you need time to think about it for? You know what happened. You were there. All you got to do is answer the questions. There's nothing to think about or process. All I'm asking you is what happened. You were there, so you know.
I've been up for 48 hours doing storm stuff, and
Well, Amanda, you made some bad decisions tonight, okay? You shot at someone who was unarmed, fleeing from you, and you're trying to claim self-defense. It's not gonna hold up. I'm just letting you know it's not self-defense.
that's not what I'm trying to say, and if that's the message that's coming across...
Well, you said that she was threatening you and raving. Why else would you shoot her if it wasn't self-defense then? Why did you shoot her?
I'm an excellent shot.
Okay.
I wouldn't have shot her hip or grazed her hip if I wanted to shoot her.
Okay.
But that's what happened. I don't know how to undo what happened. What happened. So how can you explain that?
If you're an excellent shot, then why is there a shot that went through the neighbor's front door all the way through their whole house? You're saying if you're an excellent shot, then you must be saying you meant to fire that shot through their house. You meant to shoot around right through the middle of their front door? You just said you're an excellent shot.
No, this is getting out of hand.
Amanda.
I do want an attorney.
Okay. Fair enough.
If I can't be honest and real with you guys.
Okay, well, I've explained to you
I'm
what you're being charged with, right?
Can you please explain this to me?
We just did, Amanda. We did it for like an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
I still don't get it. We've been fighting for a while, and
We'll be back in a minute.
You've just seen two detectives who are incredibly thankful that their suspect just asked for an attorney. After over an hour of listening to excuses punctuated by constant ellipses, they shut down the interrogation, aware that they have all the information they need to go to trial. And ultimately, they did just that. Rather than take a plea deal at trial, Amanda fought her charges, landing herself in prison for 30 years for attempted first-degree murder, shooting or throwing deadly missiles, and domestic aggravated assault. She's going to spend the majority of her life in prison. Meanwhile, her ex-wife has been freed from a prison of her own. Since Amanda's incarceration, Christy has gone on to remarry, travel, and continue teaching her beloved students. Our thoughts are with her, her family, and the neighbors who had to process this act of horrific violence. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.